Yes, Chairman.
Ready?
Welcome here. Thank you.
Yes. Well, good evening to June 28th council meeting. And prior to our council meeting, just want to acknowledge the city of Winkler that we are situated on Treaty 1 land, home of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji Cree, Dakota, and Dani peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that have been made in these territories. We acknowledge the harms, the mistakes of the past. We dedicate ourselves to a future based on respect of all people, including the Indigenous communities, in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration, moving forward to a harmonious and prosperous future together. And may that be our goal. Be it resolved that the agenda of this regular council meeting of June 28th be adopted. Mover?
Henry Siemens.
And do I have a seconder?
Marvin Flett.
Thank you. Are there any additions to the agenda? Hearing none. All in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting of June the 14th, 2022 be adopted. Mover?
Don Fair.
Thanks, Don. And do I have a seconder?
Karina.
Karina, thank you. Any errors or omissions on those minutes, or any comments regarding those minutes? Hearing none. All in favor? And that is carried. Going on to the Finance Department. Be it resolved that the accounts payable in the amount of $860,821.40 as approved by the Finance Committee be approved for payment. Mover?
Henry Siemens.
And a seconder.
Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. And any questions regarding those, or reading the check register? Any questions there? Hearing none. All in favor? And that is carried. Whereas the City of Winkler realizes response and repair costs for the 2022 spring flood, and whereas the provincial government has announced a disaster financial assistance program regarding this event, therefore be it resolved the City of Winkler respectfully requests the province to participate in this program as it has incurred expenses as a result of this event. Further be it resolved that the City of Winkler, on behalf of their residents and property owners, also respectfully requests the province to participate in this program in the event residents and property owners have incurred financial costs related to this event. Do I have a mover?
Henry Siemens.
A seconder?
Marvin.
Any questions regarding that resolution?
Martin, may I just add something?
Please.
Province encouraged us to put in this resolution. In the event that there's residents, while the city hasn't incurred significant costs because of that flooding, there's some residents who have inquired about that program. So we were instructed by the province that if any resident were to be able to apply, we would need to pass this resolution first.
Okay.
So we will do that, and then we will make some information available on our social media and website in the event that there were people that would be eligible.
So some of the costs that we have incurred, are they not eligible, or is it not significant enough that we would apply?
They're not. I mean, there's any cost by, like, most of it was on that South Dike, and there were either people that donated or that costs go to the province because it was their drain.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Thanks for that information. All in favor? And that is carried. Going on to the finance report, be it resolved that finance report for May 2022 be received for information. Mover?
Henry Siemens.
Seconder?
Andrew.
Thank you. Any questions regarding the financial report as such, or the financial statements? I asked David before, he still felt fairly comfortable, realizing full well that there are areas that are definitely going to go over budget. He mentioned a couple of them regarding the utilities in particular with overtime. And the other one would certainly be the snow removal, which we've already gobbled up and unless we get no snow to the end of December.
We
so
have 5% left, so.
We have 5% left, so.
Talk to
I'm
Jesus.
actually hoping for no snow to the end of December because we have plans in the middle of November to leave with our RV, so we're definitely wanting a delay until we're gone. So
That's how that works.
that's how that works.
I'll second that.
Yeah, okay, go, okay. Yeah, so anyway, again, David did a great job, and Jody, unless you have some other things that you want to highlight, any council, any questions?
The information is good, and it's nice to see it presented in the way that it is. It's much easier to follow in that regard.
Okay, appreciate it. So all in favor? And that is carried. Thank you very much. Be it resolved, the City of Winkler requests technical and financial assistance from the Manitoba Water Services Board to complete a feasibility and pre-design study to examine lagoon-based options for wastewater treatment. Mover.
Henry Siemens?
Seconder.
Marvin?
And just as a highlight there, obviously with our wastewater treatment plant being shelved and needing to look for other options, this was one of the directions that our RFP went out for. And Water Services Board actually put the RFP out for us, right?
That's right.
So everybody's still involved in the same thing.
Excuse me.
And looking forward to, I think today was a close?
Today it closed.
Yes.
Yep, so they're doing evaluation,
then
should
we
know
review-
within a week or so.
Yep,
Good.
so then we'll hear from our staff what that looks like, or together with Water Services Board as well. So just to highlight there, so all in favor of this resolution? And that is carried. Thank you. Going on to police and fire. Be it resolved that Winkler Fire Department Committee minutes for the June 15th, 2022 meeting be adopted. Mover?
Michael?
Seconder?
Don?
Any update or any added comments from the committee?
Nothing added. They've been busy with, I guess, above average calls there, largely weather, motor vehicle related.
Yeah, it's been a shift
Yeah.
considerably there, right?
Yeah.
Well,
And-
one highlight that I would like to just emphasize in the report, the current average years of service of members for Winkler Fire Department is 19.3 years.
That's crazy.
I wonder which other fire department can boast that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
We have a great group of dedicated people working there, volunteering there.
Even full-time fire departments, including the city of Winnipeg recently with some of the struggles that they're facing, I'm sure they don't have that average either.
Exactly.
So, very grateful. Thank you. All in favor? And that is carried.
Thanks, James.
Yes,
He's
thank
one
you.
of them.
You're one of them. Yeah, there you go. Mr. Bueller, good to see you. And Marvin, yes, yeah. Yeah. He's a
I'm
bit
not
of,
at 19 though, I'm only at like 12.
so you got a little ways, you're bringing the average down a little bit. You better be there for a while.
He's doing his job, he comes.
Awesome. Awesome.
That just means there's guys that have been there for a lot.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
52, I understand. Ike brings the average up a bit.
Wow.
All right, be it resolved that the swamp minutes for the June 22nd, 22 meeting be received for information. Mover?
Michael?
Seconder?
Andrew?
And all in favor? And that is carried. Be it resolved the Boundary Trails Health Center Foundation minutes for April 25th, 2022 meeting be received for information. Mover?
Karina.
Thanks, Karina. Seconder?
Marvin?
Thanks, Marvin. Any comments regarding those minutes? As I shared earlier, I will share it again. Our representative from Winkler is Ernie Penner, who sits on this foundation, and we're still looking for another member that we can appoint. And we have a few names that we're working on, and hopefully that can be done. And I also made it clear that we as a municipality, and I'm sure many other municipalities that are around us, would like to have an update as far as what the expectations are from the foundation regarding the new build that is happening at Boundary Trails. So rather them come to tell us kind of what they are thinking and get the feeling from the municipalities so that we're actually working together rather than being told what our portion is. So I think he will take that to the next meeting, which is coming up shortly. All in favor? And that is carried as well. Next one going on, to be it resolved that Winkler Horticultural Society minutes for May the 17th, 2022 meeting be received for information. Mover?
Karina.
Thanks, Karina. Seconder?
Don?
Any comments, questions?
That city sure looks beautiful again.
They've
They
done
do
a
such an amazing
tremendous
job.
job.
Yep. And no drought, so like things are blooming.
Things are blooming.
Like
yeah.
it's,
And would you believe it, that they are currently working hard to determine next year's layout
Wow,
and the color, or the plant selection.
that's amazing.
It's crazy. Anyway, they never quit. Appreciate them, and some members in that more than others, but happens to be my wife in there, so. That's the only reason I mentioned that. All in favor?
careful here, just go.
Carried. Be it resolved that South Central Regional Library minutes for the June 16, 22 meeting be received for information. Mover?
Marvin?
Seconder?
I can help.
Thanks, Henry. Any comments regarding the library?
No, they're very busy planning summer and lots of interest so far for the kids' programs.
Awesome.
Exciting, yeah.
All right, all in favor? That is carried. Be it resolved, this meeting at council recess for the purpose of holding public hearings. Mover?
Michael?
Okay, Michael and Andrew, thank you. All in favor? And that is carried. Jody, public hearing number VA 2022-023.
You guys have impeccable timing,
Oh, look at that.
Yes,
Right at
quarter
the-
two.
right at the start of the hearings. So we have a public hearing here for variance application VA 2022-023. Applicant is Norm Dick on behalf of Norman and Agatha Dick. Address is 50 Durham Crescent, and this is a variance to reduce the required side yard setback from 5 feet to 2 feet, and the rear yard from 5 feet to 2.5 feet. And this is in order to move a pre-built shed onto an existing pad that will be a better use of the yard and will not require removal of mature trees. And we have not received any objections to this application.
Okay, any questions for Norm? You're Norm?
Yes.
Yeah?
I wasn't sure if I needed to come or not. so-
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming, because if there are ever questions, it's much easier to deal with when we have the applicant here as well, so appreciate you coming. Any questions of council?
Nope.
That's,
Other
Any
than-
concerns?
Other than I know the tree that he's trying to save. And it's worth saving, so Norm and I used to be neighbors.
Oh, there you go. Good, and then hopefully still friends.
Yes. He didn't toss anything at me as I was moving.
Right on. Right on.
and one house away from me being notified.
Oh, there you go,
I'm
okay.
the circle.
Okay. All right, be it resolved, this public hearing for the variation number VA 2022-023 be closed. Mover?
Marvin?
Seconder?
Andrew?
Thank you. All in favor? That is carried. Be it resolved that council approve variance number VA 2022-023. Mover?
Henry Siemens?
Seconder.
Don?
And any comments?
Nope.
Nothing at all.
All in favor?
Absolutely.
And that is carried. Thank you. Carry on.
Yep.
Take
Have a
care.
Good evening, Norm.
Thank you.
Public variation, re 50 Meadowwood Drive.
Okay, so this public hearing is for the application VA 2022-024. Applicant James Bueller on behalf of owners James Bueller and Andrea Fair. And the location is 50 Park Meadow Drive. Request is to reduce the required rear yard from 5 to 3.5 feet and the side yard from 5 also to 3.5 feet. And this is in order to construct an accessory building while maximizing yard space. So we have not received any objections to this application. Note that the applicant has spoken to their neighbors and no objections there. And we're also suggesting that this one come with a lot grading permit for drainage.
Okay. And that would be okay for you as well, lot drainage?
I'm not sure what that means.
That means the water flows a certain direction the city wants it to flow to.
And it'll get inspected after, so.
So if I'm correct, it currently flows to the back of my yard. Like, I currently have a shed there and so does my neighbor. And if I'm not wrong, it flows to the back of, or north off my yard and then runs east, I believe, towards,
Yeah, basically this would mean, and then they would go through and check that and make sure it's all to the right level, so.
Yeah,
there's
this
one-
is normally done when, if staff have any concern that drainage might be an issue, then they'll ask for a drainage permit, and then that way, they can inspect to make sure that there's no issues for drainage.
And it's
so
there
how
to,
do I know what's allowed or not allowed?
Yep, maybe check with the department.
Yeah, our planning department will,
Because I'm planning to do like, concrete from the back property line all the way to the east property line and all the way to the, north property line along that side of my house. Like, it's all gonna be concrete. So I have to know which way they want it to drain, so
Yeah.
the concrete can make sure it drains that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say just give our planning department a call or come visit them as soon as you want, tomorrow, whatever. And they're gonna be able to give you some good direction on how that works. Yeah.
And the reason it's there is to make sure you don't drain the water onto your neighbor and flood him out.
But I think that would be a question. Do you have any drainage problems now, James?
No,
Okay,
we never have any standing water anywhere,
okay,
except my low spot where someone dug it out at one point to do a side drive, but never did it.
okay.
That wasn't me. Previous owners.
Okay. Okay, good. So just check with the planning engineering department. Stephanie probably would have that information, right?
Yeah, my
So-
neighbor to the east is, I believe, actually significantly higher, so I don't even think I possibly could drain it on his
Yeah.
yard.
It would just be good for you to check before, because then after, it'd be a little bit challenging for you if,
yeah.
you
let's
can
say
meet
if you-
these levels.
Especially if you built your concrete up high enough and it just pulls everything back to your neighbor.
Then you gotta tear it all up.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's just a point there to make sure you do that, so. And likewise, appreciate you reaching out to your neighbors to ensure that
Yep.
they're okay with what you're doing. So it's always makes our job a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't gonna pay for a variance and my neighbor come to one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That'd be a waste of time and money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Agreed.
awesome, appreciate it.
that's good, yeah.
All right, therefore be it resolved, this public hearing for variation number VA 2022-024 be closed. Mover? Michael. Thanks, Michael. Seconder? Trina? Okay. All in favor? That's carried.
See you later, bud.
Thank you.
yeah, see you, James.
Be it resolved that council approve variance number VA 2022-24 subject to a lot grading permit.
Henry
Mover?
Siemens.
Seconder?
Don?
Thank you. All in favor? And that's carried. See, you didn't even realize.
That was
You
close.
could have turned
I,
him down.
I would suggest too, because he doesn't fully grasp this, that maybe we ask the department to reach out to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
I would appreciate that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jody.
But I agree with the department in this circumstance. It's good to get a lot grading permit
Yeah.
included in this variance.
Yeah.
And I think especially if
All
it's
right.
going to be concrete right to the edge.
Yeah.
Because anything else, it's lots of space away, like you didn't ask for 2 feet, so there's lots
Yeah.
of space that could be landscaped if it needed
Yeah.
later. But if it's concrete there, it's hard to escape it.
Yeah.
Concrete doesn't landscape well.
No.
No.
Well, we have no additions to this council, and we have no other business, and there's no media, so therefore be it resolved, this regular meeting of council be what?
We should first adjourn the public hearings.
I thought we did, we didn't? Did we not do that yet? No. Okay, be it resolved, the public hearings be adjourned and regular council reconvene, sorry. Thanks.
Henry Siemens.
Seconder.
Karina Vicker, oh, let him have it, let him
Karina-
have it, let him
Karina
have
got
it.
Yeah, Karina got it.
All in favor? Carried. Okay, Marv, here's your chance.
This is it, this is it, you
Resolve
better
this
hurry.
regular meeting of council
Better
be adjourned.
I will.
And Michael, you seconded?
Sure,
Right
let's do
on.
that.
We're gonna start just pointing to people. You're up, you're up.